So I guess we're just gonna make sure we're live. I don't know. I don't even know. Are we live? Or
Are we?
is this what
I,
live feels like?
God, we're still doing this joke.
Yeah,
yes,
it's more to
it.
test. It's
Yep.
it's like it's like cheesy mic check. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is episode 49. For the folks at home, I imagine you'd assume we had our shit together by now. No, we're
Nah.
just flying by the seat of our pants here. It's only been a couple of months. Yeah, we're like 4 months in now, 3 months in. We started at the end of January. It's a whole time. So yeah, Steel and Mars. My name's Brad. I'll be dungeon mastering today. Master is a term used loosely here. We've got some really, really great dungeon masters on our end, and then I make voices and call it good. So we're looking over to a group of players today who have decided to walk up as volunteers for a mission today from a dwarven artificer by the name of Pops. He is a regular barfly at Lucky's Tavern and is known for his crafting of various and sundry accoutrements, usually used for war. He is a vicious alcoholic and a vicious combatant. Today's game will actually start in Lucky's Tavern. We are going to catch up with some folks, see who's been up to what. Looking over at the screen here, we've got top middle. Carl, could you please introduce and describe yourself or introduce yourself, describe Kethra, and also state for us what has Kethra been up to?
So, as Brad said, I'm Carl, and I'm playing Kethra tonight. And Kethra has been up to, well, she's been working with Pops. She had a portable hole full of bits and pieces of giant tech that they had found in one of their previous adventures. And her and Pops are making, kind of like Mad Max is probably about how it's going to end up looking.
It's messy.
Yes.
You'll note Pops has been actually pretty happy to have you around. He's been giving you the lowdown on what he's been working on. You'll note he works through the night. He is dedicated to his work. He spends his days mulling around the tavern looking for unwitting test subjects to try out his various weapons, all of which seem to survive. He does take good care of his blast shields and armaments when they are testing out his weapons. He's got what he calls a suit of superpower armor, which he has put on a couple of folks. Seems to be, for the folks at home, an artificer's set of armor. He is having folks put this on, try it out, and operate weapons. The weapons usually backfire. You'll note that Pops isn't so much taking notes on the weapons anymore, Kethra. He's taking more notes on the suit.
Yep.
He's also been put a little plug in his brain so that he can control a couple of contraptions running around. They look like a little ball with legs. They seem like a kind of strange spiders. They crawl around. They perform various tasks for him. He's got more and more of them, and he's only got the one plug in his head. You think he's getting pretty good at this. We're now looking as folks are changing names. Top middle to Dirk. Michael, could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and state for us what has Dirk been up to?
1 second, sorry. Hi, Michael. Dirk. I'd say Dirk has been up to sort of just manning the poker table at Lucky's Bar, as well as I would say probably helping Pops develop some of his firearms. Now he doesn't have too big of an idea of how they're built. He just knows how to operate them, so he's been sort of helping in that front.
You'll note his firearms are of good make. He's made pistols that are bolt action. He's made rifles which are bolt action, as well as a few revolvers based upon your own.
Mm-hmm.
He's also made a larger gun where he put a ton of very small bullets inside. He calls it a shotgun. You think that name is pretty redundant in and of itself, but he sticks to it. He keeps mentioning something about rip and tear. You're not sure what that's alluding to. You think he's trying to square up for something of Doom level. He's talking about Mars as though it's going to be a interesting place, and he confesses to you at one point that he's not sure what's going to be there or whether you'll need to be armed. But he is looking to get a group of folks to Mars. You'll also note with your games playing poker at Lucky's Tavern, Lucky's actually made a point to hop in on a few games. He has been using prestidigitation to cheat at cards. You'll have seen 3 aces of spades at the same table at one point, one of which in Lucky's hands, another one in a certain Tabaxi's hands by the name of Pity or Pidnifit. You're not sure exactly. He kind of talks in undiscernibly, but seems to be pretty good at cards as well. A lot of poker chips have been making their way around. One person put down a wooden medallion with Shittith's face on it, and Lucky bet his whole lot on that and made sure to cheat his way to a sure victory. It's been a whole time, but you've got a good insight on him. He seems to be just trying to keep stuff afloat for now. Looking over to our top right, Joe, could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and also state for us what has Durgar been up to?
Yeah. So I am Joa, and recently Drogar, he's just being his normal Dragonborn self. So when he's not going on adventures, he's being a bouncer. At what I recently discovered is actually not Lucky's secondary place of business. But still working there. But yeah, that's, just hanging out at Lucky's. I think I'm telling Dirk about the encounter we had with the cowboy duck, since that's something that I think he would like.
Durgar, hanging out at the Den of Sins with those denizens of that wonderful den, you'll have grown accustomed to breaking up fights over seemingly meaningless belongings, stamps, candies, all of which look to be of bright, shiny colors and seem to have weird little faces on them. People that take these candies seem to have a very hard time understanding reality for a few moments. You think it's something like a wild surge magic baked into these? You're not sure exactly, but it seems like the point at which in Dumbo where stuff gets a little zany for a few moments.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a whole time.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a rave down there, but you'll have gained a bit of information. You'll note that there is a halfling woman who's set up shop down there. She seems to be the actual owner of this place. She has had various meetings with different folks of varying levels of status from around. She'll have had a meeting with Fainwar, who you'll note they're discussing in depth differences to the tax policy as it applies to this area, as well as shipments that the guard is looking other ways about. You'll also note she keeps meeting regularly with a red dragonborn by the name of the General. He apparently used to be in charge of the guard and seems to be doing missions for her on the back end. You're not sure what.
All right, interesting.
Looking now to our bottom left, Werfel, I believe we've got a new character today. So could you please introduce yourself, describe your character, and we'll get to introducing them soon.
Yes, Werfel, longtime player. Edmund, who I'll be playing tonight, is a hobgoblin, barbarian / fighter. And as I understand it, his potential homeland is currently going through a heated political debate, we'll call it.
Would you have him be from the Goblins?
Sounds like fun to me.
Awesome possum. You'll note in the Goblins there is a number of rivaling factions, all vying for power, and they seem to be trying to pick a figurehead to be in charge of the Goblins. You'll note the figureheads of the Goblins last about 2 to 3 years at most before they are done in by the next figurehead. It is a wonderful merry-go-round of new and bright, shiny, aggressive faces, all of which have some sort of scar to talk about a battle from a year past. They all have a shelf life. The actual folks in charge seem to be keeping it quite quiet. You'll have actually been sent up to Arrowknee as a way to gather information for a couple of folks that run a small butcher shop inside of the Goblins. They seem very interested with the goings-on around town.
All right, sounds good. When Edmund does get introduced, I just want it known he's probably going to go right for Kethra, just fellow barbarian.
Nice. Kethra, bottom middle. We have introduced yourself. Looking now towards our bottom right. Could you please? I keep forgetting. I know you as Perry. Why do I only know you as Perry? I'm just. Isn't it Charlie? Is it Charlie?
It is Charlie. It's that
Okay.
infectious of a character.
It is. It is, and like that's to your credit. Holy, like, sorry. Please introduce yourself, Charlie. Describe a character, and also state for us what has Perry been up to.
Oh, so my name's Charlie. I am playing Lord Periwinkle Thunderbath. He is a human, variant human with lovely, gorgeous jet black mutton chops. Got that nice trimmed center chin with a lovely little curly mustache, a monocule on his left eye to denote that he is clearly of a noble birth. A lovely parted hair, vest, and finery with an ascot and a pin in it that he wears over his chainmail because the common don't need to see my little metal rings, just the big ones on my fingers. He has currently been up to hanging around the bar, winning a lot of drinking contests due to a lovely mug of sobriety that he was gifted from Lucky in a contest of drinking in which they had developed some mutual respect for themselves. So he's been doing that and getting some information off the various patrons. He particularly likes to drink with Pops because Pops gets really ripped and shares a lot more than most people would.
You'll note, Lucky has actually been asking you to keep the mug of sobriety behind the counter. He's been casting an illusion spell on it to make it appear like it's any other mug. He hands it over to you, bets on the drinking contest, always on your side, and seems to be making a decent profit off of this. You'll note you've gotten into a drinking contest with a couple of folks. Pops has been pretty much laying out to you that he is full-on hell-bent on conquering Mars. You're not sure how conquering Mars would work. He tells you to the best of his knowledge it's uninhabited, but he just seems to want to acquire more land without purchasing it. Seems to be a whole thing for him. You'll also note you've gotten into a drinking contest with a red dragonborn by the name of the General. You had seen him in this under tavern, the Den of Sins, in the past. As you got into a drinking contest with him, he broke down. He starts telling you at one point that his brother was killed months ago. He was part of a performing act where he would go through what was referred to locally as wrestling. They would pretend to be fighters. They would get all these wonderful names in them and storylines, and it was really more an exercise of carefully done stunts and acrobatics than anything. At one point, his brother had gotten a little further in than he had intended, been part of some kayfabe with a local man named Ruggy Dug Dougie, but there was actually a fire that broke out at a potions manufacturing center where he fell into a vat of acid, and to the best of the General's knowledge, he's no longer the same. As he breaks down and begins crying to you at one point, he tells you that he's been looking for him for a while, with no success.
So, two more notable things about Perry that I forgot to mention. Number one is this lovely crafted mace that he had received from Pops with lower class written in Celestial on it, so that when he hits people, it essentially brands them with lower class. The second thing is, to most people, his morals seem questionable at best. But he does, once he gains a level of respect, show a fierce level of loyalty.
You'll note having a set of morals or lack thereof seems to be kind of common around these parts. You seem to be fitting in quite nicely with the well-to-do in the area. A lot of the folks around here joke about money. about how it doesn't really seem to matter much because if you really know the people in charge, you can get an infinite supply. You'll have learned, Perry, that there seems to be an artificer by the name of Shitteth who is crafting all of the money in the land. He seems to be a gifted transmuter able to make gold that does not dissipate. He seems to be joking and passing about the inflation around and how he has to get back to work. And if the guys at the mint knew about it, they'd have his head. But from what you can tell, there is no mint here. It's just him. At that, today's game will start. For Edmund, you'll have entered the tavern in a blaze of, we'll call it glory, as you barge through the door. And please introduce yourself as you see fit as your character.
All right, Edmund sits about average height for a hobgoblin, at least. He's a little more in shape than you really feel appropriate. Like a lot of it's vanity muscle. But he walks in, takes a look around. Ha! You there! Fellow muscle man. Woman. How are you? Any good work around?
I assume you're talking to Kethra. Looks up, kind of like, wow. Doing okay.
Wonderful. Don't remember asking about how you were doing, though. There any work around here? Asking for a friend.
Oh, yes. Sorry, my name is Lucky. I'm the owner of this wonderful establishment. You'll be faced with a off-blue half-elf. He's wearing a well-made suit. He's got slick-back black hair. It looks a little disheveled. You can see, like, a tiredness in his eyes. There's a job board over there. We've got cards going over here. There's a wonderful gentleman by the name of Dirk. Watch yourself around him. He's a little sneaky. We've got a couple of folks. If you're looking to do a drinking contest, I'd love to see you go against a wonderful man of constitution by the name of Perry. He's really holding it down here. We've got a couple of folks in the back that also like to do jobs. Tell me, are you a weapon for hire?
I'm sorry, is there any other kind of weapon that I've not been made aware of yet?
There is a firearm. I'm not sure. It's pretty new around here.
Well, yes, but you can hire them, can't you?
I'm not sure that you can. Not yet. Not yet. I'll have to jot that one down.
I don't know.
Pops.
Do they not have guns for hire yet?
Actually, you would be a gun for hire. Never mind that.
Ha! Caught him in a lie!
Yes, you caught me in a lie. I knew exactly what I was saying before I said it. I was in no way confused.
Yes, not at all. So, which one of these job board thingies requires that you read? Because, not my strong suit.
All of them except that Mars one. You'll be perfect.
Fucking great! Who's going?
Looking
Well,
around.
Pops, I assume you're going to want me to go and keep an eye on things.
Kethra, as you say that, looking over to Pops' usual spot, he's actually not around. It's odd. It's 10 a.m. He's usually starting the morning off with a stiff drink. It's like gasoline for him. It just processes direct to fuel. He's gone.
Damn it, where'd he go?
Oh,
That's not good.
no, it's not. He might be at his... might be in the forge. You might do well meeting him there. I don't know if you want to go shopping first. It seems like one of those days where you go shopping before an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Dirk, actually, I got something for you.
Yeah.
Yep. And Kethra will open up her bag of holding, pulls out a belt and bandolier, a gun belt,
Oh, dope.
and she's like, "Yeah, I've got this off that thing."
That's off that duck thing I was telling you.
Yeah.
That duck boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poor choices.
Much appreciated.
Yep.
Does it do anything special? Just a bandolier?
Bandolier makes the bullets disappear and appear in the gun.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if it does anything special beyond that.
Well, thank you very kindly for that.
Yep.
For Dirk, you'll note you already have a repeating bullet. That seems to be almost kind of redundant, but it does at the very least look really cool.
And honestly, I can't tell you the last time I've actually fired a bullet. It's just all Eldritch Blasts.
You'll also note that the firearm seems to be firing bullets that do force damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, yes, how's everyone doing today? Drinks, I would assume? You want drinks?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
He'll slide a tall glass of ale over to Kethra. And what for yourself, Durga?
I'll do the same. I'll do an ale.
Thanks for your work. This one's on me.
Thank you.
Small blue one. I'll take some of the black stuff for the road.
What?
Some of the black stuff, come on.
I mean, I've got rum. It's almost jet black. It's very spiced.
That's the black stuff. Hand it over. For the road. Packed and sealed.
Sure, yes, of course. You'll pull out a bottle of rum, take a candle, light it, drip the candle over top the cork. It's sealed, I guess. He hands the bottle of rum over to you. You knew this will be on the house.
Won't hear me say no.
First taste is free, isn't it? And, anything for my drinking companion over there?
Hmm. Well, now that you've got that new scotch in, finally. Yes, give me a stiff one. Let's say 4 fingers.
Of course, reasonable. And your usual mug?
No, I'll actually do another mug today.
Oh, I'll get a tall glass for you then. I'm afraid I'll switch things up. We'll do something fun. Would you like a little frilly straw for that?
Don't be giving away my straws now.
If I could get a little umbrella.
Yes, of course. He'll slide over a glass to you. As it almost falls over the bar, it just keeps going. Dirk, as you mentioned, the not giving away all the frilly straws on you, a pink drink is procured.
I'm straight.
It slides its way over to you. As you take your first sip, you feel the wonderful pink ink just barely graze your palate, at which point you feel the urge to wink, the likes of which a yink would do it, if they were to drink such a pink ink. It's really, like, quite the sight here. Goes by almost in a blink.
Makes you think.
That it does. So what'd you like to do today?
You were talking about doing some kind of a job, and Pops has got something going on where he wants to take us to take a trip.
Ah, sounds great.
Let's go for it.
What do you folks think?
Yes, I suppose I should babysit.
Oh, thank God somebody finally not babysitting, or finally somebody taking up the mantle of babysitter. I don't have to this time.
Well, my noble station and whatnot.
Dirk, as you say that you're not going to babysit this time, Lucky's eyes grow wide for just a half second.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be fine. We're not a rambunctious group at all.
Yeah, don't worry, Lucky. I'm not going to let loose for once.
Speaking of, what's the policy on bar fights in this joint? Asking for a friend again.
Deeply discouraged.
Don't worry about it. Just not asking for me. Don't think too much on that.
I'd kindly ask you, Lucky has instructed me to break up any bar fights.
Hey, Edmund?
And any repeat offenders will be branded and kicked out from here.
I did nothing yet that I know of.
Or just kind of like looks at Dirk and Perry like, Nah, that.
I feel like if I start a bar fight, worst thing that's going to happen is the blue one there is going to get a little grumpy.
Wouldn't like him when he's grumpy.
Yeah, I don't. That one choice.
Edmund, do you have time for a quick question?
Actually, no. My attention span's very short.
Fair enough.
So we're gonna go see Pops.
Yeah, I can go investigate that. Maybe do some shopping on the way. Who knows? We'll see.
Sounds great.
Sure.
Let's roll. Anything that'll get me accommodated with the common folk. Let's go.
Sorry to say, we're gonna have to introduce you to Shidith.
Sorry, who's that? Never heard that name.
Yep.
Hell, Shidith awaits. Let's roll.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty. You'll all make your way over towards Shidith's house. It's a cone-shaped building, bright blue, yellow stars and moons on it. Looks like your stereotypical wizard hat. As you make your way inside, you'll see Shidith is bright-eyed, bushy tail, and happy to see you. He is a man with a long gray beard, a pointy blue hat that matches the exterior of the building, and a set of long blue robes. Hi there, how can I help you all today?
Oh, beautiful architecture. Question, do the carpets match the drapes, good sir?
Yes, they do, look. He points over to some drapes and then a carpet. They really tie the room together.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the room.
Neither was I. What can I get for you?
Perry will pull out of his bag a thing that he got from Lucky before he left the bar, well known as go-go juice, and hand it over to Shidith. Lucky sends his regards.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate this. He grabs onto the go-go juice and puts it on the counter. Wonderful.
Yeah, this one won't appreciate it as much as the real one.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, you do.
I can assure you I don't.
Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
This is a hologram.
I
Essentially.
am not. Sorry. What'd you say?
Oh, no, I was just saying it's a hologram, essentially.
I am not. I am a real person, just like all of you.
I'm a real boy.
How about you shake my hand then?
Okay. He reaches out a hand and shakes yours.
I pull.
You pull. He bumps into the counter. Do you pull him over the counter?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Bumping over the counter, you'll note he is falling forward over the counter. His robes fall up just a little bit. You'll know he's wearing a set of dark black slacks underneath. You'll also note the counter itself only seems to really have common magic items inside. Oh, goodness gracious! He falls down, stands back up, and then walks in a perfectly rectangular path around the counter again.
Now see, any real procurer of magic items would already set me ablaze with that little stunt there.
I should bash your face in for what you've done. Skyrim joke.
Perry's actually going to pick that go-go juice back up. Liar! The
No.
real Shidith would have drank this immediately, and he would have already been ripped.
No, I can assure you I am the real Shidith.
Perry's going to look around the room and say, will the real Shidith please stand up?
You look around. Nobody to be found.
Well, guess he's indisposed at the moment. You
He's
can
out
sell
and
us
about.
stuff, right?
I do sell stuff. What would you like to buy?
You happen to have any rings of spell storing?
I think I might. They're 1,000 gold. How many would you like to buy?
I've just got enough for the one, but I'll take it.
Wonderful. He flips a ring of spell storing over to you and immediately snaps a finger, at which 1,000 gold is taken from your person. You feel the load lighten just a light bit quickly.
All right.
Anything else?
I think that'll do it for me. Do you know, is there a spell already in this?
No.
Because it says on the description, when found, it contains 1d6 first level spells.
I've been told I'm not allowed to put spells in these after the incident.
Fair enough.
We had a halfling buy a bunch of these at one point. Then he died. But he killed a lot of people before he did. It turned into a whole insurance thing.
That's understandable. Well, I think I'm all set.
Anybody else need anything?
I got about 10 gold on me. What do you think?
I think I'm all good. Much of anything.
Good sir. What would the cost be for a potion?
What type of potion?
One that makes one's boo-boos better.
Oh, a healing potion. It depends on the value. What type of healing potion would you like?
Well, I am what would be categorized as a level 2 cleric, so the entry level.
Of course. Well, I'd say one healing potion, 2d4 plus 2, of a entry level would probably run you about 25 gold.
Wonderful. I'll take, there's 1, 2, 3. I'll take 8.
Wonderful. Sounds great. He snaps a finger, 8 healing potions, and you're down the exact coinage.
Wonderful.
You know what? I'll take that same amount. I'll take 8 of those.
Sounds good. Snap. Potions?
Snap.
Down the gold. For those who keep their gold in a bag of holding, you'll also note he seems to have access to that too.
But the question is, can he get inside my can of beans?
Would you like to ask him?
No. I haven't checked on that in a while. Is there still all that raw gold in there?
Yeah.
Alright, good. Make sure Shidith isn't skimming off the top of that.
Not yet.
Orful, since you'll be riding with us, I could spot you for anything you might want.
Well, for starters, I make 0 promises to return anything. But yes, I'll take a potion.
What kind?
Well, if I can talk you down to 10 gold and a handsome man's smile, I'll take one.
You can't.
Then fuck off!
I can spot you.
I'll take the one then. You know, just in case.
I will provide the handsome man's smile.
Ha! Not what I meant, but sure.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to buy a magical item, like maybe a magic weapon?
Probably a really smart idea to do that.
That'd be good.
Too much gold for me. Sad face.
Is Edmund carrying any weapons openly?
Oh yeah, he's got
There
a
he is.
maul. He's got a maul about as tall as 2 halflings in a trench coat, give or take.
Nice.
Yeah, Dirk's got 3 pistols and 2 daggers on him.
I have a greatsword, another greatsword, 2 hand axes, 2 daggers, and my scythe. Edmund, what do you use for a weapon? Do you use that mace there? I'm assuming you do.
No, I use a frying pan. The fuck you
I mean-
think?
Hey, if you
Hey
want,
there, shitheads, can I get a +1 frying pan from my friend over here?
Of course! He pulls out a +1 frying pan. This will be considered an improvised weapon, does a d4. +1. 250 gold.
In case you weren't sure, I was being sarcastic.
Oh! My
I like where
apologies.
I like where this joke is going. Give it to him. I'll give you the gold.
He throws the pan at Edmund. Edmund, what's your AC?
16.
It bounces off of you and hits the ground. It was not a hard throw.
Christ, could have taken an eye out of that.
Yes!
Well, there you go. You got yourself a magic weapon now.
See?
I was gonna offer you one of my swords if you wanted it, but if you're gonna be
Oh,
all
no.
snarky.
Don't worry about it. I got some rope. I'll just tie it to the end of the mall. It'll be great.
Can you enchant weapons to make them magical?
Yes!
I have this wonderful mace. Dirk, if you would be so kind as to spot me, I can definitely get you paid back through some drinking escapades. Just bet on me, you'll make it back.
And I'm turning into a bank here. Could be a real loan shark. What'd you need?
I just want to enchant this. I still have a little over 100 gold myself, so I can put that towards it. I just need the remainder.
Yeah, sure.
How much you looking at for it there, shitteth?
Just a +1?
Yes.
That'd run you about 200 gold.
Perfect. If you could spot me 100, Dirk, and I will pay you back with interest, as that's the noble thing to do.
Yeah. I'm writing all this down.
Hey, Shidith.
Yes.
What is the highest level you can enchant items?
What's the highest amount of cash you have?
Yes.
Yes.
I've got a can of beans full of raw gold.
How much?
Above table, somewhere like 9,500 gold. So I have gold. Yeah, can you do like your +2 stuff or just take a +1? 2?
What kind of weapons do you like?
Oh, I wasn't thinking about a weapon. I was thinking about some armor.
What kind of armor?
Plate. I can provide said half plate if you can do the enchanting for it.
Of course. What enchantment do you need?
Ugh. I was thinking about something for Edmund over here.
So, Brad,
Mhm.
at the table, if Edmund tied that pan +1 to the end of his maul, would that still behave like a maul?
No, you'd gain a reach on that weapon, but it would be considered an improvised
Oh,
weapon
no,
and a
no.
d4 bludgeoning.
No reach, literally just tied where the hammer end of the maul should be.
If you're going for like those videos of folks hitting like looking railroad spikes or chisels into rock to cut them, like they usually use like a very flexible maul for that. Yes, that is doable. That would be considered the same as a regular maul. We'd just be treating that as a little wiggly.
But would it have the +1?
If you pay the proper amount, yes.
I gotta pay? What kind of nonsense is this?
I already paid for the the +1 frying pan. Frying pan's +1.
Pete's sake, there. Edmund just give him your maul. Take care of it there.
Actually, if you get me back that frying pan, I could probably put some rope onto it that'd make it behave like a mall.
Sounds good. Here.
He pulls
Here's the
out.
maul. Make it look pretty.
He's pulling out rope from his pocket. He seems to be looking at you like a waiter at Olive Garden, asking for a ready or a when. He puts back a few feet and calls it good at about 6 feet. Lops it there, ties it to the frying pan. Says some sort of enchantment, at which point you'll note that the handle of the frying pan blends into the rope. This should be about good. Above the table, that'll behave like a maul. We'll call it a +1 maul. Thematically, it'll be a frying pan on a rope.
Love it.
That's
And for you, Durger, you seem like you like armor.
yes, armor is good.
How good of armor do you want to have?
Oh, I like good armor. I like really good armor.
How about for all your gold, I give you something special for that armor.
All of my gold. Say. What would you what are you thinking?
What's a damage type you don't like taking? If you had to choose between one of the basic elemental damage types: acid, lightning, thunder, cold, fire, poison, acid. I think I said acid. Yeah, lightning. The whole that elemental list.
You know, trying to think, probably acid. Acid.
If you like
we'll go-
acid. Or you don't like taking acid damage, I can enchant it and make it more akin to dragon scale mail. Bet he's looking it up.
I am.
Some good shit.
It is some good shit. Maybe some. Oh, we should be able to do that in lightning, actually, not acid.
Of course. He'd be looking to equip that to the half plate.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. And actually, switch on that lightning. I'll do fire.
Fair.
All right.
Good. You'll receive your. You hand over your set of half plate to him, made of a. Looks to be a. Oh, that was a Umber Hulk.
Yep.
He says a few words over it. His eyes glow dark for just a moment. Seem to be in Draconic. You can actually speak this language. He says a blessing. May soever who wields or wears this. At which point, his eyes grow back again to their normal, go black again, and then he stutters for a few moments and collapses, then catches fire. At which point, from the door, you hear a ding 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 ding. Shitteth walks in. You broke my fucking simulacrum. Great job. What are we doing here?
He was in the middle of trying to give me some armor, and he just kind of like broke.
Never get a simulacrum from Broken Claw. He makes his way around the counter, puts a finger onto the armor, and then you'll note it is effectively dragon scale mail, but applied to a set of half plate. Yeah, I should fucking do you. You got lightning, is that it? Fucking lightning?
Fire.
Fire, nice.
Fire.
Good choice. Weakest damage. Smart choice. Yep. How's everybody doing?
Perry promptly pulls out the go-go juice and hands it to the rightful owner.
Hell fucking yeah. He pops the cork, downs. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, what are we doing? What's going on? You guys want to fucking trade? We doing magic items? This is a shopping trip.
I mean, I already made my purchase.
Oh. Well, boring. All right. Well,
That's what you get for leaving your simulacrum here.
I mean, honestly, yeah. It's the cheapest labor I can find. I tried getting you guys to work for free, and look at that what turned out. Got to pay you guys 250 gold just to get up. Sorry. Little on edge today. We got a big project going on. You guys hear about that whole Mars thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to go talk to Pops.
This will be a treat. Can I follow?
Nope.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
As you make your way through town, you'll note Shitteth, as he walks about, gets a lot of middle fingers and a lot of high fives, seemingly without pattern.
But everybody gives me either one or the other.
Yes. You guys are led over
I
towards...
like your style, Shitteth.
Thanks. I am who I am. Anybody that doesn't like that can fuck off. Hey! Look at that. They're all disappointed now. Well, let's go to the forge. Yeah. Oh, shit. It's going to be a big day. You'll make your way over to the forge. You'll note that inside of Pops' blacksmithy, he's got a large set of armor that he's working on that has tubes attached to it and some rods at different joints. He presses a button on it and it shakes for just a couple of moments and it falls down and collapses. Oh, sorry, shoddy craftsmanship. Still working on it. As you make your way up to him, you'll note his eyes are not darkened underneath. He doesn't have bags under his eyes. He looks to be alert. And for the first time in a very long time, if ever, you've ever seen him, he is stone cold sober. So, yeah, you all here for the Mars mission?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So to go over it in a glossed over sense, I'm looking to send you guys up to the moon. We've got a pretty good jumping point there up. I've got a portal set up. I've got a pretty nice, looks to be a giant barrel. I enchanted it so you'd be able to fit inside. It's got some rockets underneath and some rockets atop. You should be able to fly around in it. Couldn't figure out a good way to get weapons on it, unfortunately. But it can fit a lot of shit. Main thing being that it's got a couple of portable holes we'll be stuffing crap inside of. The only thing I can't fit in there is you all, so you'll be sitting in those rickety seats on the inside. I've got a little assistant over here. He points over to a very small gnome. Kethra, you've never seen this gnome around before. Oh, his name is Houston. You'll be wanting to check in with him on your little comm things. Essentially, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get you all onto Mars, or onto the moon first, launch you off from the moon. It's got a lower amount of gravity. Get you onto Mars, and I need you to set up a set of devices for me. I've got a few theories as to what might be there. We're looking for anything that might be tech, anything that might be living. If it's alive and attacks you, kill it. If it's alive and talks, talk to it. If it tries to kill you after, naturally kill it.
Look where this is going.
Is there life on Mars?
I have no idea.
And it doesn't have to be alive to talk to you.
That's the thing. Talk to it first. Get what information you can. Information is an armament most valuable around here. Big thing to keep in mind, though. I need you to set up that rig that I was talking about. We're trying to get a portal up there so that we can, I don't know what you guys call it, BAMF, whatever. It demolecularizes you and then reassembles you in another place. I need you guys to portal up there, set up a portal so that we can get back to the shop and make it a pretty easy transition. once I'm up there, I'll let you know. I'll probably be showing up there with you. I've got 10, count them, 10. I've got 10 non-oxygen breathers. He hands over what look to be modified caps of water breathing. These will make it so that you can breathe in just about nothing. You break one, put on another. After the mission, give them all back to me. I'm going to need them. These are not for keeps. If I catch you trying to pocket one of these, it'll beat your ass. In essence, I need you to set up my rig, get the portal going. I've got another rig you want to be working with. Kethra, this small box, I need you to set it up there, press the button. You'll notice that it launches one up, and it sets one down. What I've got going on here, I figured out a way to do quantum entanglement. See, there's this thing that happens with the universe. The universe is a living, breathing, comprehending thing. When there's too much matter in one place, the universe has a hard time comprehending itself, and time functions differently. I've had a theory. I haven't been able to try it out in a place, we'll call it uninhabited. I've wanted to try and entangle two molecules from very far away, encountering different types of gravity. I think it might, if those molecules have electrons that are spinning at different speeds and then tied to the same speed, you might be able to bombard them with other molecules and get kind of close to a sonic boom, but at a molecular level that you can use to harness and make a nearly infinite energy source. I'm looking to use it to try and set up my own dome there. Shitteth pipes in. You can just say quantum and radioactive until they suspend their disbelief, and you can pretty much get them to do anything. You don't have to fucking explain it, right?
You put quantum in front of anything you say, and we'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll
honestly.
believe it.
Yeah,
I do know a lot of things.
Like, honestly, you can say, like, fucking MacGuffinite, and they'll hold uranium next to their balls for lunar sake. It just happens. I mean, yeah, but what's the fun in that? I figured it out. That's the whole point, right? Yeah, you explain the shit out of that. Thanks, buddy. This guy fucking explaining all the science. I'm gonna go take a drink. I'm gonna get a drink and take a shit. I'll be right back.
I want it known Edmund fell asleep about 30 seconds ago.
So, any you got any questions before I send you up?
Yes. Have you planned for the potential that if there are creatures on Mars, they might want to come through the portal and wreak havoc on here?
Why do you think I'm sending you?
Well, I mean, if for whatever reason they overrun my compatriots, they wouldn't overrun me, naturally. Look at these big, bristling 14-strength muscles. But in the case that they might sneak through, if they are quite fast, is there a contingency plan?
I mean, yeah, I got this place locked in stock. There's not a more armed place probably in the realm than this one room. I press a button, this place goes up.
Perry will nod, seeing the wisdom of this.
You know how many vials of alchemist fire got stored in here? I got enough to level the whole dome. Perry, is it?
Yes, we've drank a few times together.
Sorry, I've been in a different state of mind for a bit of a bender, a couple of decades long. You'll be meeting with a gentleman by the name of Eli. He'll be a checkpoint at the moon. Don't piss him off. He's a nice guy. He'll make sure you're all set there. He's the
checkpoint. Is he another dwarf?
No.
Or any distinguishable features?
An armor that not even a glance can pierce through. That man is an impenetrable force. See, that's the jumping point. You portal over to there. If they try and trace you back to the moon, well, Eli kicks their ass. And if they manage to get through the portal, well, I blow this place up. Got me contingencies planned out pretty decently. Peanut gallery's awful quiet today.
I'm just ready to get up there. You're boring when you're sober.
Yeah, I can't understand things too well.
I get that a lot.
I'm trying. It's starting to make a bit more sense, but still, like, quantum stuff.
Yeah. Well, stand over there. That's your portal. Put on those caps before you go to the moon. Trust me, you'll be gasping for about a number of turns equal to your constitution modifier per page 183 to player's handbook. It's not a good time. You don't want it. Trust me, your face balloons up all the bits and you get all blue in the eyes. It's just bad. Come on, Moosh. Is there a command word for you people? I'm at a loss here.
All right, lower class. Let's go.
You better not be talking to me. I got more money than gods up here.
Oh, no. I'm talking to these fellows around me.
Fair. Hey.
Do you have any special suits?
No, why would I have that?
No.
I have a pinstriped one.
I was on the moon once, and apparently you can't breathe on the moon or something. They had somebody did a spell so that we can breathe.
Yeah, it's the caps.
Gotcha.
Put it on. Looks pretty stupid. Looks like a swimming cap. It'll make your hair all screwy, but you lizard folk over there, you should probably be all set with the scales, but...
I've not taken this hat off for... I can't even remember when. I don't even want to know what my hair looks like under here.
So, are you a dragonborn? I didn't mean to be insensitive there.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry for that. I'm a little colorblind. It's a little tricky.
All right, let's get
going.
Hey, Dirk.
Yeah.
You could probably cover your mouth with that thing instead. Wear the cap kind of frontwards and tied around the back. You'd be a real bandit-looking type. Be kind of funny. I'd point and laugh at you.
I don't believe I'm quite the bandit type.
After I'll do that.
Catherine,
Yeah.
you see anything of interest up there? Anything?
I got my portable hole and bag of holding.
Seriously, I need information up there. Place is covered in rust. I got a few theories on why, but keep an eye out.
Give me a minute.
Is there any device that you have that we can use to maybe transmit some illusions of what we're seeing up there?
Oh, yeah, that'll be direct tied to Houston over there. He pulls out what essentially looks like an iPhone, throws it at you. Send instead of prestidigitation. You pick it up and say Houston, that little babble, it'll start yelling at you, and it probably sound like some sort of cheesy office type or something. I don't know.
It reminds me of a very annoying man that I knew once called Clippy.
Yeah, Clippy, that was the last guy I tried out. I sent up a guy named Major Tom, didn't go super well. Just don't ask about it. If you see a skeleton floating around there, well, mum's a word.
Good to know.
Multiple song references for Major Tom. So.
Yeah.
Just a bit in there.
Heads over to one of the workbenches and starts fiddling around with stuff. And a few minutes later, she's got something.
What you got?
I am using the ability static visual effect appears on one of the object's surfaces. She's making a camera. Take some pictures.
Nice. All right. He will grab a very large-looking caravan thing and start pushing it onto the portal area. Oh, somebody strong, please have me up with this.
Yeah, I got you.
A very large barrel with looks to be like clawed feet. You think it might be ripped from a bathtub. Has a single door on it. Seems to be a pretty cramped space. It's got one circular window. Seems to be bolted tight. It is covered in runes. You think it might be to lock the air inside and keep it from exploding. It's pretty dark in there, so don't count on it as a good base of operations, but it's enough to keep you safe from the elements if you want a breather. That said, you take it in for a rough land and it's going to have a rough shape afterward. You got the pop-up box as well, so you can get the operations going, Kithra?
Yep.
Nice. All right, then. We'll get this place set up. At that, we're going to do a quick 15-minute break. Then we'll get to making stuff happen in that regard. Awesome.
Aha. Just realized I'm literally just
Bada bing, bada boom. We are looking at a wonderful time. So yeah, we are about ready to portal up to the moon. Excuse me. So, ground control to Major Tom references ahoy. We're looking at like the whole works. He's floating off into nothingness, and his wife and kids shirt you wear. You guys portal away. You make your way over to a place called the Moon. You arrive at this portal destination. You'll note that there is a massive blue rock. We're talking like Bork's memes blue. You're looking at that like weird garish teal. It's just aggressive to look at. It really catches your eyes. You just scroll through Twitter. This massive rock is apparently guarded by one of the most holy-looking beings you think you've ever encountered. This is what looks to be a humanoid figure with a massive sword that commands its own level of respect. Inscribed on its side is a set of words. It reads, Holy Avenger. The helm of this humanoid glows with a slight radiance, and you'll note the armor just drips in magic. The humanoid makes his way towards you. Eli, you've been stationed on this moon for eons now. You've been guarding its very valuable rocks. They, you'll note, cannot be moved except by magic, and cannot be stopped except by magic. There is a god on the setting by the name of Bork, who is very interested in these. As you find them, you keep a good eye on them. You're able to move them from to and fro. You've got your Fortress of Adventuretude set up. Eli, you've been made aware, thanks to a gentleman by the name of Pops, that this group of adventurers would be making their way up and blasting off of the moon with a lower gravity towards the planet Mars. It's a light bit closer as well. The positioning is just right. The timing is just right. Eli, how would you like to make your presence known to these adventurers?
You'll greet them. Greetings. So you're the one that Pop sent.
Yep.
Hello, Eli. How are you?
I am well. And yourself?
I can feel the buzz starting to fade, but still alive.
Eli, you'll note that there's a small woman who is checking, or I say small, she's built pretty robustly. She's checking on the dials going on inside of this very large keg. She's filling with stuff. She's radioing back to Houston, a very small goblin that seems to talk in short, choppy voice and seems to sound like some transatlantic accent. Any other discussion?
What's the plan, Big Chief? Where are we going? What are we doing? When are we doing it?
Pop said that you were going to Mars.
Yeah, we
Right.
are. We're gonna see how this goes. How did you get up here?
He kind of like looks at you like, I walked.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Eli,
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, you'll have gotten word from a couple of passerbys. There was a boat of dwarven women who had popped by and made note of a very specific spot of interest on the planet Mars. There's a couple of pointy bits sticking out of the ground that they think you might find interest with. They have not checked it out. They're going to their usual trade mission with the GIF. They might be back in a short time, but they had a lot of ale for you, Eli. They had a bunch of gifts as well. They do appreciate your company and non-threatening presence. They've jovially talked with you, and you've been invited on their boat a number of times. They've called you Eli the Wise.
Eli will kind of like hold his hand out, and like an image of a red sphere appears above it, and she's like, "Well, here and here and here." And he'll point out a couple of spots on the map, or the sphere. These are the most likely places that you'll want to be landing. if Pops is looking for things of interest.
Perfect. How do we get there? To be honest, I nodded off a bit during the whole lecture thing.
Eli, you actually got some charts from the dwarves. You think Kethra's probably the best person to hand these off to.
All right. And he'll well, I do believe that one over there is making preparations. You'll be. I think Pops' intention is that you'll be flying in that barrel.
Yeah, she's definitely the most technologically sound out of any of us, I would say. So she's the one that knows what she's doing.
He'll walk over to her and as she's doing stuff, and she's like, "What? What do you want?" You might find these charts useful. Sure, whatever. All right, hang on. And she starts like fiddling with stuff again, and
So,
Couple-
he'll
Kethra,
come back and like,
Kethra, how long are we going
She's
to be
from
waiting
the-
here?
"Ah, crap! I don't know. When I'm done, I'm done."
Kethra, you think it's only going to take you another minute or two?
Yep.
Perry is going to watch and listen to hear if Kethra like mumbles any step that she's doing under her breath, so that he can try to relay that later, like he knows what he's talking about, and make sure that you do this that way.
Give me an investigation check, please, Perry.
This is going to be great with innate intelligence. That is an adjusted 8.
An adjusted 8. Best you can get from this is what they're describing to you. You can hear like Kethra muttering under her breath something about MacGuffinite of an isotope 238. Not sure what that means. She seems to be pretty into it, using it as a power source. Tells you not to get too close to it.
Wonderful. At some point in the conversation, he will be saying, careful about the MacGuffin isotope 238.
She'll pause for a second and then continue.
Kethra, you know this is uranium you're working with.
Oh yeah. She'll also like some like half the stuff she's muttering is like in Dwarven, if anybody actually speaks it, besides Eli.
I'll ask my usual question. Dwarvish, close to Spanish.
I don't know. Probably more like close to German.
Alright, then no.
Alrighty. Kethra, you think you've got your stuff set up just right? You've got a course plotted. Biggest point of interest seems to have a pretty large bulge sticking out. Looks to be metallic.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Well, at least that's at least good for something, I guess. She'll like look around, see like the glowing blue rocks, and like kind of like looks at it like, does that look familiar to her?
Were you there for the Dreadnought game?
The Astral Dreadnought?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her.
Yep. You saw one of these come crashing out of the sky and level a lot of people.
All right. How about the rock that we found and sold to Shiddith, or
Yep.
sold some of to Shiddith?
Yeah.
She kind of like looks at it, looks around it. That stuff's just laying around up here.
Eli, you'll note, seems to be referring to it pretty nonchalantly. He knows of its festive properties, but is also keenly aware of its use as a weapon.
Yep.
Eli also
Yes,
refers to
yes.
getting it up to the moon is also quite the process.
All right. Yes, that's is around. So you'll be off now then.
Please.
Catherine's like, yep, let's get going.
Oh, perfect. To the great metal cod piece of Mars.
The bulge.
Eli, another.
Over this man.
Single man, what's there to fight about?
His bulge.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's a real impressive bulge, this should have been more than enough to go around.
Sadly, it wasn't, but he was very charismatic.
Now see, if I had been there, oh, I tell you what.
Well, see, that wouldn't have been a battle. That would have been a war.
Once everyone's inside and the door's closed, Catherine will go ahead and hit the launch button.
As you hit the launch button, you'll hear a little comm inside say, "Privyet," and it begins speaking in Russian to you. A comm comes over, at which point you hear Houston is now talking. "Oh, hi there. It's going to be a good one. Blast off, blast off." A couple of buttons you can hear being pressed on the other end, and you'll hear a rocky rumbling underneath you, and you begin flying towards Mars. A couple of moments
Houston.
go by.
Houston, should I be chewing gum over doing this?
Not unless you want to choke on it.
Who's the closest one sitting next to Edmund?
I'm going to go Dirk.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. What's your AC?
21.
All right. He rolls 15 on an improvised weapon check.
Yeah, it's not a 9 plus 10.
Let's see. Yeah, not proficient in improvised weapons, unfortunately. So he spits a lot of gum at you. His aim sucks.
Gets on the walls. Kind of gums up the works.
I'm sure it'll be fine. If they didn't want it there, they would have put a trash can in here.
Did you really have to put on the walls? That's what under the seats are for.
Save it for later.
See, I like to go for distance.
We're going the distance now.
Kethra, you'll note you're moving very fast.
Wee.
Yep.
Houston seems to be
Continuing to accelerate.
Okay.
What's that, Houston?
Houston's talking now about the extra-dimensional space created around you so that you can pass through space faster. There's a bit of babbling about more MacGuffinite being used and then quantum, Pym particle. At which point Paul Rudd laughs and starts cracking jokes and pulling out you'll make your way successfully over to Mars, landing a couple of 100 feet away from this very large metal-looking object, which you'll note looks to be a massive head in the ground. You've seen one of these pretty close by Arrowknee.
Yep.
The landing's a little rocky. Kethra, can I see, are you proficient with land vehicles?
No, she is not. But she has driven the Infernal War Tractor.
Give me a performance check with proficiency, please, if you don't already have it. And if you do...
There. That is Perry giving you guidance.
I meant a sailboat at one point. Would that help at all?
You proficient with blood vessels?
Yes.
Let's make that check at advantage then.
Also proficient with land.
Woohoo! Okay. Glad you said that with advantage. Would have been rough landing otherwise.
Bonk.
That might still be one. You said performance? So a total of 21.
9 plus 10, we'll see a pretty smooth landing. You managed to flip the vehicle around, still moving through space, and then pull off some nice rocketing to make yourself land roughly even. There's a little lurch as you make contact with the ground. You'll note, Kethra, you've got your cap on. You look over to Edmund, who does not have one on.
Put one of these things on.
Edmund, you just had it on the moon. You didn't like how it was ruffling against your beard.
Oh no, see, I got a medical condition.
Oh, you're gonna have a medical condition real quick, real short.
What kind of what are we talking? Like hives? I can do hives.
Like your lungs getting sucked out of your mouth.
Ah, fuck. Give it here.
They're
Alright.
not living kind.
All right. Everyone got hats on? Good. Are there any portals to look outside?
One single window seems to be pointed towards this large head in the ground. The head in the ground blinks.
Oh, hey.
That's fun.
Oh. Let's go say hi. To be nice and friendly. And you guys know how to like talk to like other languages?
I can speak
magically.
Elvish and Celestial.
Fantastic.
I have a
Yeah,
couple other
anyone like-
languages probably not useful, but yeah, I don't know about any magical doohickey speak language thingies.
Hablo Espanol.
I mean, it would
She
make
looks at
sense.
Edmund
This
like, please tell me you can do that. All right. Well,
We'll just go for it.
yep. Perry, you might be the one that's going to be talking. We'll see about that.
oh, wonderful.
We are up in the celestial areas, I guess. All right. Let's go talk to a giant head in the ground. How big is the head?
About 10 feet tall.
Oh, that's not that big.
Not that big.
And that, like, the whole head's 10 feet tall.
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Kethra will, like, hit the button for the door.
It extends classic spaceship style. It like does a little down to the ground. It's pretty nifty looking.
Yep. All right. Kethra will start walking down the plank. Steps. or
I'll
whatever.
follow.
It's kind of looks like the desert where I'm from. A little bit
Mhm.
more red.
Yep.
Perry will have ensured that he has a top hat sitting atop the cap of breathing, so he doesn't look funny like you all.
And my cowboy hat's still on top of that cap.
I have aviators on. I'm just sending it. I don't care what I look like. So
Hey, speak for yourselves. I make this shit look good.
Yeah, Ketra's wearing it like a mask so she doesn't mess up her pigtails.
mm.
She'll start walking over towards this head.
Perry will descend using his mace like a fine gentleman's cane. And in Celestial, he will call out, "Greetings!"
Anyone here speak giant?
I don't
No,
think any of us do.
Edmund will start cursing in Goblin at it. Friendly cursing, mind you, but still cursing.
Go find ye buff.
I don't believe I'm familiar with that dialect. Let me speak slower. Greetings.
Anyone here speak deep speech?
Mm-mm.
Ketra's got
Donde está la biblioteca?
Pedro.
I love
Kethra will go ahead and try Dwarven. Hey,
What,
greetings.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Deep speech.
I can do Undercommon or Draconic.
Perry will try again in Celestial. I said hello.
Edmund's going to take a sip of his rum and walk over to go give it a hug.
You walk over to give it a hug. It looks quizzically to the rest of you.
Oh, look at you, you big log. Nothing but a little love bug.
This is Houston to Expendables. Houston to Expendables.
What is it, Houston?
What you got?
Houston, we have a problem.
No. It's not the problem.
We
It's
can't
simply a large head.
I was gonna. We need to communicate. We language
Yes.
barrier.
Catherine will try Sylvan. Hello.
The head turns to look at you. You hear like, "Come in here, come in here. What'd you find?"
A large head that we're trying to talk with.
There's
I
a scroll
don't
inside the
recognize-
vessel. Comprehend languages. Get it quick.
All right. Catherine will go back and grab it.
It gives great hugs.
Good thing you packed one of those.
Yep.
How good can something be at giving hugs if it doesn't have arms?
Fucking fantastic. Don't you judge him.
Funny
He's
that-
doing great.
Funny that
Just
you
out of
mentioned
curiosity, from the looks of it, does it look like there's more of it in the ground?
It turned.
Like on top of the ground? Or just. Yeah.
For what you can tell. Can I see an investigation check?
Yeah, as Catherine was walking back with the scroll, she is busy reading the scroll, looking at it, and goes, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this. Can I use this on more than one person? Or just one?"
To my knowledge, just one. I will check.
Ask it if it poops.
It's going to be a level 2 slot that I'll have used. Yeah. Level 2 slot wouldn't gain any additional uses on other folks. Yeah, you're looking at one person.
Catherine will go ahead and use it herself. Finishes the casting of it. Hello.
You'll hear in deep speech. 2 visitors, 1 week. What is the meaning of this? 5,000
don't know.
years. Nobody.
We just happened to come. I don't know about anybody else who visited.
Splendid.
Curious as to who else would visit, but we are exploring and looking to see what is here.
I didn't get a name from the last one.
What do
What?
they look like?
What is your name?
My name is Kethra Stormwind. And would you like my companions as well?
Yes.
The one hugging you is Edmund.
Wait,
The one
Kethra,
with the...
what to think about my hug?
I don't know. I haven't asked it yet.
Tell Edmund I
Ask
hate
it already,
him.
damn it.
What is that?
Tell Edmund I hate him.
It does not seem to be impressed with your hugs, and it
I'll have to hug it harder. It'll be fine. It loves me.
no, it said that it hates you.
Oh, I didn't hear that right. You're full of shit.
Maybe not. She'll start. She'll adjust around the. This one is Kirk. This one here is Dirk,
Howdy.
Drogar, and Perry.
Hello.
Salutations.
Seems that we are unfamiliar with each other's languages.
Indeed. What offerings bring ye?
Well, we haven't necessarily brought offerings, but what would you consider to be a good offering?
That is a question I pose to you.
It is odd. Usually explorers do not bring offerings. It is after meeting and talking with those who are where they meet in their journeys and learn about each other so that proper offerings can be made.
What's it asking about, Kethra?
It was asking what we had for offerings.
Oh. Ask if it likes gold.
Very well. Do you like gold?
Gold is not flammable, nor is it living. I will
Was
accept
that
one of the
good?
two.
Flammable. Edmund, it would like some of your rum. In fact, it'd probably like the whole bottle.
Ah, anything for my hug buddy. Here. Starts pouring it at it, like pouring it at its feet.
Tell it it goes in the mouth.
It wants to drink the rum.
Oh, I thought it was like a house plant. My bad. Here you go, big fella.
Oh my god.
I would expect more respect from the goblinoid.
What's
Burning
it saying,
or...
Kethra?
It said it would expect more respect from you, but
Oh, these hugs are the biggest show of respect I got. I'll just have to hug him harder.
it seems
Perry's
to believe
gonna.
that the hugs are. He seems to believe that the hugs are the biggest form of respect he can show you.
Great sign of affection.
Tell it I define respect for the goblinoids.
It doesn't like the hugs.
Perry's gonna try to, even though he can't speak the language, get some sort of like insight on him. He's gonna try to read him.
Give me an insight.
He doesn't like the hugs because not enough of us are hugging him. Get in here. Group hug.
19.
It's like trying to read a brick wall. Seems to have the overall fuzziness of one as well. You don't note any changes in facial expression, other than blinking and rotation of the head up to this point.
He'll kind of loud whisper to the others. He seems pretty stony-faced to me.
Thanks for the observation there.
You're welcome.
Why have you come here?
Well, like I said, we were coming to explore and to see what was here. You are here.
Persuasion?
Nope. And that one.
This land is owned.
Perry's going to turn to Kethra and say, do you think maybe this would be a good time to use the device to communicate with Houston and whatnot? Because we were talking about sending the images, and this could be helpful.
Oh, yes. That might be a good idea. Perhaps you can go tell them that we are talking with the stone, the metalhead.
Perfect. He'll pick up the device. Inexpendable, irreplaceable to Houston.
You don't sound like Kethra.
No, this is the one that kicks your ass at drinking.
Oh, sorry.
It seems that we're getting nowhere with this stony-faced bastard. He can't understand me, so it's okay. This stony-faced bastard here right now, and I am a rather insightful individual. That's, obviously how I got the general to tell me about his brother and whatnot. But there's no change in expression on his face as he talks, and Kethra says he's demanding tributes, and it's really getting a little bit beyond our scope. Is there another comprehend languages scroll or something we can use, or?
Only pack the one.
Would you like to try to talk to him?
Hell no. You don't want me as a negotiator, trust that.
But then
All I'm
what the
saying
hell
is a
do you
group
want us
hug
to
would
bring
go
back?
What'd you say, Edmund?
All I'm saying is a group hug would work wonders.
Ask it to my right if it wants to be my power source.
Which one is that?
That'd be the one hugging it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about eating it. Nice.
Yeah. So, Edmund,
Hi.
he wants to know if he should eat you.
Sorry, come again?
He wants to know if he should eat you.
Think about it. It's like a mouth hug.
Tempting, but I got a dinner reservation. Tell him I'll give him indigestion.
He's afraid he'd give you indigestion.
He wouldn't.
Maybe not. What is your name?
Cornelius.
Really? That's a fascinating bit of information. I know somebody named Cornelius.
Rank 2.
Above the table, have I ever heard Cornelius refer to himself as by rank or anything?
Fuck no. Mm-mm.
Okay. Interesting. You remind me much, in some ways, of him. He is also mechanical.
What be his markings?
I don't know.
An infantryman. Rank 7.
Perhaps.
Perry's going to turn to Kethra. Perhaps you could try to ask him if we can set up this portal somewhere. Just tell him it's temporary habitat.
All right. So we have friends that we have from where we came from that sent us with some things so that they may be able to visit here.
Wonderful. Will one of them bring an offering?
I would think so.
I would expect so.
Dirk's
Above the
getting
table is the communicator still active?
Yep.
All right.
Hey Brad.
Yeah.
Dirk's getting kind of bored. He's got this this bag of magic beans here. Just gonna start planting some beans around.
You put one bean into the ground. Tell it to stop. This property is owned.
Derek, it says this property is owned.
His Lord
Owned.
Storm resides over this land.
Owned by who?
Somebody by the name of Lord Storm.
Is he a storm giant or something?
Good chance of it.
I'm thinking if he's the that their storm giant king. Pretty sure he's the dead one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep planting some beans.
Do you know much about him? Did they ever tell you his name?
Nah. All I know is he's a storm giant. I assume he would be called something like Lord of the Storm or whatever.
Yeah, sounds about right. Have you seen Lord Storm recently?
I've seen one being recently.
You said... Sorry.
Claims to have killed him. Can you verify this?
Well, that's kind of what I was looking at, talking with you about, and trying to find out if your Lord Storm is the individual we think it might be, because we have been told that he was slain long ago.
I assumed that this being was a farce. I see that now to be false. Are you worshippers of the storm?
I can't speak for all of them. And I'm not certain, I would not say that I would worship Lord Storm necessarily.
Then an offering I shall take. At that point, you will feel the ground rumble underneath you. Sand and dust begins to give way to a almost tube-looking thing that rises out of the ground. You'll see this to be an arm. It now pushes down on the ground. Pushing against the ground, you'll see giving way to a massive being. Edmund, would you like to continue hugging this head?
Oh, most certainly.
Wonderful. You'll begin to rise above the ground. You are now finding yourself about 50 feet in the air as this being begins to stand. Moving out of the ground, you'll see this being looks to be humanoid in design. Appears to be made of massive stone. It seems to be moving close to what you would expect from a golem or maybe like a warforged, but on a much larger scale. At that point, as it begins to rise out of the ground, can I see a roll for initiative?
Kethra, what happened with the discussion, with the talking to it went down now.
Man.
Time to fight a thing.
Yeah, it wanted to know if we would worship it. If we would worship Lord Storm.
I've got a very sexy... Oh, that's right. You call for them.
Yeah, I don't know. You can always just change your Discord name.
Yeah.
To your initiative. Put the number in it.
smarty pants.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Time to fight something.
Perfect, perfect. Gonna move just a little ways down. Looking good. We've got a wonderful thing before us. You will see as... Oh, shoot. As Edmund is atop this thing's head, you are looking at a wonderful, wonderful, massive warforged, seemingly bent on your natural selection. Can folks see me streaming my screen?
Yep.
Man.
Awesome, possum. That will see that roll for initiative. I'm going to take a look at chat now.
Perry, if you put a 0 in front of the 6, it'll put you in order.
We've got a...
Done.
Any third rock from the Sun fans?
Yes.
It's a big giant head.
Oh, that's Edmund on top of that. I thought that was like one of those like stereotypical like, you know, spaceman like little antenna things on the top of the head.
Yep, that's Dirk up
Yep,
there.
that's
Not Dirk,
Edmund.
Yeah.
He's just
That's
having a good
Edmund.
time.
That's Edmund living the dream right now.
He's having a good time.
Don't stop him now.
Don't. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. You're looking at a big giant head. A lot of stuff going on here. We've got the roll for initiative successful. First turn up will be the big giant head as it
Great.
stands up, grabs onto Edmund. Edmund, give me a opposed athletics or acrobatics.
That is a 26.
Awesome. You just barely resist it grabbing onto you. You dive out of the way. As it grabs onto its own head, it now, frustrated, reaches down towards who? Let's get some positions. Kethra, where would you be? You'd be the negotiator.
Yeah, probably up front.
Mm-hmm.
Perry?
Yeah, probably there.
Back just a little bit so that I could kind of, right there.
Dirk?
Dirk was probably right there planting some beans.
Durger?
Or, well, he's so far planted a bean.
Yeah, I'd say right about there.
Okay. Alrighty. So for the folks at home, this is what we're looking at for our friends here. We've got a whole time and a big giant head. Pretty blank open space. We got ourselves a dropship nearby. Not a lot going on in terms of an expanse here because this is open, untouched Mars. So, as the big giant head goes to make its second attack, it looks frustrated. Kethra, it's going to reach down towards you with a hit. We are looking at a attack with its arm. It's going to reach down for a fun amount of damage. We're going to find out in just a moment. I'm going to use dice room rolling for this. It's going to be a lot easier that way. Shit. We are looking
That-
at a total of 31 bludgeoning damage as it reaches down to smash you in the head.
Okay.
That will see... the turn will then go over to Edmund. You're on its head. It just smashed Kethra for a poof of damage with a cloud of dust emerging around Kethra. You'll see a handprint in the ground. What would you like to do?
Oi! Bad touch, hug buddy! Bad touch! We are going to Rage, Frenzy, and Reckless Attack.
Alrighty.
Now, give me just about 20 seconds to read up and remember what that does.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. Bonus action for an attack. Ready to roll. First one's a nat 20. Should I roll damage first?
Yes, please.
That is 19 bludgeoning damage.
19.
19, and then I'm going to use a bonus, or no, I already used the bonus action because this turn was raged. That is it.
Alrighty. That will see the turn go over to Durger. This thing's doling out damage like it's going out of style. What would you like to do?
So is this thing like entirely out? So, like arms, legs, everything?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna run up, and start going up one of the legs.
Alrighty. You go for one of the legs.
I'm a rage first though.
Okay. You'll note that the ground around it is sunken in, kind of like getting out when you're buried in a sand pit at a beach. There is a divot to it. It won't be counted as difficult terrain for the purpose of combat, but there is a light slope to the ground as you make your way down to the feet.
Okay, good to know. All right. So I'm raged up. I'm gonna take my first attack. That is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. First one's gonna be 24 damage.
24 damage. Awesome possum. What's the damage type?
Let's see. 10 of that was fire,
Okay.
and then the rest was slashing.
Awesome possum. You got a magical weapon?
Yes.
Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack again. Just 2 attacks. So, 28 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. And then again, throw my dice off the table. 19. 22, and I am gonna use my one of my maneuvers. I'm assuming he is a huge, so size wise.
You're looking at gargantuan.
Okay, cool. So he doesn't have to do any strength saving throw because I'm not gonna knock him over, but it's just extra damage.
Okay.
7. That's gonna be 29 damage going out to him, and 7 of that fire.
Okay. Alrighty. You successfully damage him. It does not seem phased. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
Alrighty. Turn will then go over to Dirk.
All right, Dirk is going to move 30 feet If you're looking at the screen, like north. Yep.
Okay.
And gonna launch some Eldritch Blasts at this giant. So the first two. It's a 10 and a 9. Great, great. Nice rolls.
Those will be misses.
Yeah, I figured as much. And then as his bonus action, he's going to shoot 2 more. A 17 and a 16.
Those will also miss.
Okay, great.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. It will then go over to Kethra.
Hector's going to circle around it and set up opposite from where Drogar is.
Okay.
Yeah, so the opposite. Try and keep it from being able to focus on both of us at once.
Yes, that will see you get over here. You'll be a little... Alright, you're knocked over, but you're not prone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kethra still has some of that rock that they found. Out of curiosity, would you be willing to let me grab some of it and toss it out?
Sure. You looking to catapult?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you're willing to let her do that, she will go ahead and toss one out. I don't know if you want it like a bonus action to do that or a free action.
We'll call it a bonus action to procure it.
Okay. All right. Then she will go ahead and cast Catapult.
Okay.
And she's going to see just what this will do.
What's the save on that?
It's a dex.
Dexterity saving throw 14.
That will be a fail.
All right. So he will take 3d8 bludgeoning damage, which will be 13, plus any effect of the stone that it is.
Okay. Using the stone, please roll an additional d8 for force.
All right. Plus 5.
Alrighty. Anything else on your turn?
No, she'll actually draw her sword.
Okay. That will see the turn go over to Perry. Perry, stuff just
Perry
went
will
south.
move. Sorry. Perry will move 15 feet to the left and 5 feet forward. No. His left.
Oh.
Yep. And then one forward.
Mhm.
Perfect. And then he is going to call out, "You are in my presence," and bless Kethra, Dirk, and Drogar.
Awesome.
That will be his turn.
That will see the turn go over to the big giant head, which is also going to try and get Edmund off again. Edmund, can I see an opposed athletics or acrobatics?
Go on athletics, and that was a nat 20.
Awesome possum. What's your modifier on that?
That is a 5.
You succeed. You dodge again. It hits itself in the head, taking an unnamed amount of damage.
Bad touch, Hug Buddy. Bad touch.
It will then look down towards... we're looking over towards Durger. It's going to now try and step on you. Shit. Floor Knights don't count. We're looking at a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that does hit.
We are looking at a total of... 23 bludgeoning damage as it stomps directly upon you. Give me a strength save to not be knocked prone.
All right. 22.
That will see a fail. As you are rendered prone underneath the foot. You'll have to make a check next turn to try and get out of that.
Okay.
It is now going to turn. Does it want to walk? Yes, it does. Kethra, opportunity attack.
All right. 17. You will miss.
Yep.
Actually, is Bless still up?
Yes. Roll that d4. Roll a 4.
Why, yes, I did. 21.
You meets it, and you beats it with that 9 plus 10.
Okay. All right.
For the folks at home trying to guess the CR, it's in the 20s.
Yep.
Big beefy boy.
Big boy.
It's made its movement.
14.
That'll see. Oh, 14 damage?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, 14 damage.
What are your types on that?
It would be slashing. Great sword.
Alrighty. Yeah, turn will then go over to Edmund. You're riding high, literally. What'd you like to do?
Not quite sure how I'm still up here, but how's the song go?
I'm getting rough sound on you.
Off to work
Yeah.
I go. Rough how?
I was like choppy for a bit.
I've got a really bad connection here on Discord.
Okay.
It's showing at one point it was like 4,000 millisecond delay. So if it is, I think
Ooh.
it's a connection issue.
Okay.
It's back in the 20s and 50s, so we should be good. But I have to reroll one of those. Just a second. That is 15 damage on the first hit. We're going to use a bonus action for another one.
Okay.
And with advantage, that is a 26.
That'll also hit.
And that is another 15.
Alrighty. Awesome possum. You hit it firmly in the head. It does not seem phased. You'll know damage is piercing, or I say piercing. You're making cracks in its face, but there is not an inch of recognition from this monster.
Brad, are you telling me that bludgeoning damage isn't the best approach for a metallic opponent?
Who would have thought?
All I'm saying is scissors does a lot worse against rock than rock, but paper's a lot better here. Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
Nah,
Awesome.
that's
Awesome.
it.
Durger, you just got stomped on. What you up to?
I am smushed harder than Scrat during the beginning of Ice Age. So I I'm knocked down. And then it's half of my movement to get up for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get up. Um. So I am going to use my this handy dandy wand of heat metal that I got. Um. I can cast once per day, and I'm gonna do it kind of right at his leg to try to like cause something happen where he falls over. So I'm gonna go ahead go for the leg.
Point of note: this being is made of stone.
Oh, I thought it was metal. Never
won't-
mind.
I won't steal your spell slot from you.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, no part of him's metal.
No, you're looking at
No.
a stone being. Looks to be a moving golem-ish. It is a bit shiny, but stone.
Okay, so much for trying to add at him. All right, I'm gonna run the remainder of my movement, which would be 15.
Get you to about here.
Okay. How far away would that put me from him?
10 feet.
10 feet? Perfect. I can hit that. So I'm gonna swing away.
Alrighty. Let's see some attacks.
First one's a nat 20.
That's a crit.
Woohoo.
Pew, pew, pew. Nice. And then that's D100, not a D10. Let's try that again. Mm. And I am going to use another of my maneuvers to do the trip attack in the name of damage. It's going to be 32.
How much fire?
3.
Okay.
Attack number 2. 22. That would, I think, just hit it.
As you hit its leg, it stumbles just a little bit.
Definitely go for that again. Go for the legs.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Well, I'm doing my second attack
Oh, yes, sorry.
because I get 2 per. So 13. It's going to be 22 with 5 of that being fire.
Alrighty.
And action surge.
Let's see it.
First one is a 23.
Yep.
Uh, 26 with 7 of that being fire.
Okay.
Second one's a 15, so that one does not hit.
Alrighty. Any bonus action?
Da, 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 da. No, not that'll do it.
All right, hey. That will see the turn go over to Dirk. This thing is way too close and personal right now. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I don't like that. Am I in melee range of it?
You're 10 feet out-ish. You can move up to melee if you'd like.
No, I'm gonna move away. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna provoke anything.
It's got some reach on it, but you don't think it's interested enough to take opportunity attacks.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna move 30 feet away from this thing.
Clear away about here.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. And then I'm going to cast Shatter on it. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and it has disadvantage because it's made of stone.
Awesome. What's your DC on that?
My DC on that is 15.
It got a nat 1. It met your
Nice.
DC, but because it got the nat 1, it's going to take damage.
Ouch.
Yep.
Alright, so that means 48 of damage. $24.
For the first time so far, you'll note if this thing could be quote-unquote bloodied, it is that. Seeping from its wounds now is a little black goop. Bubbling crude, if you will.
Texas tea.
You feel like you just got it into double digits.
Hell yeah.
Making progress.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
With the crossbow expert, is that, can I only make an attack with that as a bonus action after I attack with my crossbow, or firearm?
Firearm you can attack as a bonus action so long as you're dual wielding, and it is considered a light weapon. Otherwise, you can't attack as the bonus action.
All right, so yes, I've been using that one that just does the Eldritch Blast. So I'm going to attack with some of that.
Okay.
So first bolt is 23, second bolt is a 12. Let's see, D4. Nope, that's not gonna add much to it. So just the one hit. I assume 23.
Yes. Yeah, the 23 hits. I don't know if you heard me.
Yep, 14.
Alrighty. It looks damaged. It stumbles for just a moment. Anything
Hell
else on your turn?
I think I've exhausted about everything.
Alrighty. That will see the turn pop over to Kethra.
All right. Kethra's gonna circle around and try and get advantage and opposite from Perry, and move into swing away at it.
Let's see it. You will get advantage.
All right. First swing is 24.
That'll
Oh,
hit.
sorry, no. 22.
Yes, still hit.
All right. $16 points.
Alrighty.
And second swing. 26.
That'll
Hit.
hit.
15 points.
It's not looking well.
I'm going to go ahead and action surge. Take a couple more flings. There's the nat 20 I was hoping to get. So 27
Damage?
up to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a yeah.
$21 points.
Alrighty.
And last, actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to take a swing at Great Weapon Master Swing.
Okay.
23.
That'll hit.
For another 14.
You feel like you got it in the single digits ish.
My last swing. 29 will hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and use the lunging attack to get the extra damage.
Okay.
Good. Got an 8 on the die. So it's going to be 22 points.
Yeah. How do you want to do this one?
Catherine will come in and spot like an opening in the joint, like in like the ankle, and just basically start hitting the joint as she's swinging. Hits the joint, hits the ankle, kind of brings it down, hits the knee, drops it down, catches it in the hip in the third attack, and then like the fourth one will be just like finding an opening in the body, driving through the body, and then go ahead and take the head off with the last swing.
Alrighty. As you start piecing this thing apart, you'll note parts of it begin to explode around you. Edmund,
Oh, that's not good.
you were about 50 feet up at the start of this.
Look, Ma, no hands!
You're falling with it.
I'm aware. No
take-
hands.
You take a total of 28 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Halved.
Yes. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Except Dirk.
Hey.
This is to avoid the explosive damage around it.
Probably not. Dex is in my strong suit. 11.
17.
I saw the
7.
explosions before I made the save, right, Brad?
Yes.
Sweet. Advantage, because barbarian.
You might need it.
That is 16.
Not a single success. Y'all will take a total of 20 fire damage and 20 bludgeoning damage.
That's not good.
Your boy is down.
Yeah,
That's
how's
a lot
Perry
of
looking?
damage.
Perry is dead. He had 17 hit points. You guys, you motherfuckers, drove him over towards me where I got away from him, and then fucking exploded him. I had fucking 8 potions of healing, I had my channel divinity ready to spend, and 2 fucking spell slots with cure wounds ready to go.
Jesus Christ. 17 hit points.
Yeah, level
That's-
2 with
Oh, fuck.
everybody else.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I think Dirk is the only one that's still up.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, you know I had a bunch
Fine.
of healing potions on me, so
8 hit points.
Well, so you took over your HP, right?
yeah, I
So
had
dead,
17, I
dead.
took 40 damage. Yeah, I'm dead.
So Dirk,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Edmund,
Hey, how's it going?
Yo.
We're still in initiative right now because stuff hit the fan.
Yeah.
Edmund's turn will be up first. What are you up to, buddy?
Who's down and not clearly a puddle?
Dirk's
Nope.
fine.
Nobody's.
Man, my connection is just awful right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one is a puddle. Everyone is to some degree covered in rock. You will have to spend a bonus action to uncover them. If you have a potion that would otherwise require a bonus action to use, for now we'll treat it as an action.
Okay. Closest one that's down and covered in rubble.
That would be
Run
Kethra.
up. Bonus action. Yeah. Is Kethra moving?
Not currently.
Kethra is unconscious.
Point of order. Was the damage bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing non-magical damage?
Bludgeoning, non-magical.
I do have heavy armor master.
So what you doing with that?
That negates 3 points.
Dying exactly on the number.
Okay.
Oh, close.
That cocky
Is
son
that-
of a bitch. Look at him dying exactly at the number. All right. Kethra, can I move the rocks laying on top of her? I've got a big delay right now, Brad.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Are you asking Kethra to move rocks?
No, I'm asking if I can move the rocks off Kethra.
Yes. Still raging? Easy peasy.
Sweet.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Move rock.
So you said it was 20 fire and 20
Bludgeoning, yes.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, you
well,
have either of those.
Okay, well I'm resistant to fire and I'm resistant to bludgeoning because I'm raging, so I only take 10. So actually I am up.
Okay.
I would have taken 20, so I'm alive.
All right. Force feed Kethra healing potion.
Kethra, yeah, that'll heal Kethra to the point of being up.
Alright.
Sweet. That is bonus action and action for Edmund. That's his turn. He says to Kethra, "Well, that went great, don't you think?"
Oh, it went beautifully. Yeah. That was lovely.
Kethra, you hear over the comm. Get that portal up now!
Right. She will go ahead and kind of stand up, look around. Looks like a good spot, and start activating it.
It'll take you about 30 seconds to get that up. You activate the portal. Your little box opens up. You'll see it shoot something into the sky pretty quickly. A small dome appears to grow around you all. Portal appears at the center. Perry's body's still recoverable. There are options.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say once once she starts hitting the button, she'll hand Edmund a potion and tell him to go feed it to whoever else needs it.
Perry, being dead, will not be able to receive the potion and gain hit points.
All right. Yeah, I was going on the assumption she doesn't know that Perry's dead, so
Okay. Ba-bum. And ba-bum. There we go. As our first friend makes their way over to Perry, it'll be noted that Perry is not responding.
Well, least I could do is grab the body.
I hardly knew this fancy lad. Or is it always the fanciest that die first?
Whoever died there, tell him we got a spellcaster that can do resurrection or revivify with enough gold.
Yeah, I'm sure we got enough.
Yeah, we should be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we good. Let's get him back before it starts getting gross.
Oh, gotta hurry up if we want to try and get him back. Get him back quick. How fast does the portal activate?
Very fast. As it bubbles into existence, you'll see it hardens into a round crystalline form. It has runes inscripted in nearly every language you know, and a few you don't. Pretty strange, but you're able to activate it. Would everyone like to leave here at the same time, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, Kethra is going to take Barry's body back through it.
Okay.
She's going to try to get to somebody with the Revivify.
As you're making your way onto the portal, you'll note expanding from the dropship are a bunch of little metal drones. They appear to be getting to work building something.
All right.
You'll all successfully appear back in the blacksmithy with Pops, who looks worried as all heck. His hair is all messed up. His beard is all messed up. You can actually see like a little glint of metal coming from his beard, a little like hand almost shining its way through. At this moment, you realize he might have like a metal arm sticking out of his chin. Explains a lot of how he's able to pick things up and move things around Cather with his beard. Oh, you got a dead one?
Yeah.
Yep.
He needs help like now.
Come on, follow me. He'll burst through the door and lead you all back towards, oddly enough, an orphanage in town. Doesn't go to the clergy at all. Leading you over, you'll see that there's a few halflings out there. Get that door open as fast as you can. They're carrying Perry. However, a few of the halflings being to draw weapons standing outside. They're pulling from teddy bears. You'll note they're pulling knives from toy boxes. They're pulling swords. Hey, who's coming to hurt our miss? Oh, no, business. All right, come on in. At this moment, you realize they might be more protection than freeloaders. You make your way inside. The old lady with glazed over white, you think maybe possibly cataract's eyes. Oh, are you here to help with my gutters?
Nope.
She pulls out a large wooden staff. Oh, we got a dead one over here. Pretty fresh. Oh, I do love a good revivify. I'll be asking for gold later.
Kethra will lay him on the table. She'll reach into a pouch, pulls out a diamond. It's 100 gold diamond.
Oh, that'll make it cheaper.
Part of it.
Yes.
I got probably a lot in this here can of beans.
I need roughly 1,000. Based on the receding of the lips, I'd say would light bloating phase. Probably.
Well, all right. Dirk's just gonna start like pouring out the contents of the can to say when.
How many 1,000 diamonds do you have?
Oh, I have a bunch of gold and like I think there was some assorted gems in there, but
Wait, hold on. I have a ruby that's worth 1,000, but
I'll need a diamond. Hold on. She'll walk over towards a old, looks to be toy box with some scribbling on it labeled Bork's stuff. She pops it open. You'll see some old books, a couple of wands, a teddy bear, a rock with a smile painted on it, as well as a big-ass diamond labeled Bad Rock, put into a little square labeled Timeout. She pulls this out, looks to be like, the size that the queen has, like the world's biggest diamond. She walks that over. Oh, I do love a good resurrection. We're going to perform this one. Perry, before you can see a dwarf with a long ledger and a very big book. He's pointing over towards some large pearly gates. He asks you why you're there.
Well, you see, I went on this mission to go to Mars, dealing with this giant. I went to bless my friends to try to help them. I don't want them to know that they're my friends and that I actually trust them. But they are. I was trying to protect them, and in doing so, well, I guess I'm here.
I could use some company.
Is Elaine here? Above the table, that is the name of his love that is dead.
Oh, Elaine. I might be able to find her. He starts scrolling page by page through. Elaine. Up or down? Oh! You'll note through the ceiling, a bolt of lightning is shone through. She now grabs onto it, holding it, puts it in a bottle, shakes it up for just a couple of moments, shoves it into Perry's mouth. Oh, I see Elaine has gone to... At which moment you are procured back to the living, Perry. I'll need roughly 1,000 gold as repayment so I can acquire another one of those diamonds before Bork gets wise.
Say when. And just... Dirk is dumping gold.
Can someone tell me how much gold is there? Oh, it's when. Just...
All right.
God. All right. Here's your 1,000 gold. Pops picks it up, slaps it over on a table. I'm gonna go drink now. He walks out.
Oh, Pops, I could kiss you. I'm coming with.
Perry's going to lay there on the table for a minute, really internalizing everything that happened. When the explosion happened and he was bludgeoned by the rocks, his monocule shattered and tore apart his eye. He now no longer has that eye.
Noting this, Kethra will, if this is something that you as a player want to go with, all right, but Kethra is going to attempt cure wounds to heal the eye.
I'm going with it as a player choice here.
Okay.
Kethra, you'll successfully heal the wound. However,
The eye is still... Okay.
bone will close up. For those familiar with the Goonies, we're looking at a one-eyed Willy style skull.
All right.
Goonies never say die. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you for your troubles. You all made it out all right?
More or less. Just glad to have you back.
We're all alive now.
Yeah, we're all alive, so that's really all that matters here.
All that
Thank you.
matters. You haven't tried my lemonade.
I could
Lemonade?
go for some lemonade.
Perry's gonna stand up, and if you'll excuse me, I need a drink.
Of
He's
course.
gonna go over to Lucky's.
She'll grab you with a firm fucking hand. You have not felt this kind of strength on you since you fought that fucking Colossus. She grabs you, spins you around. You must have some lemonade. Not taking no for an answer.
Would you say this lemonade is to die for?
Of course! That's why I love it! She's like dragging you, Perry. Her arms are very strong.
All right.
At this point, he's so fucking overwhelmed. He doesn't know what's going on. He almost finally had an answer on Elaine, which is something that, like, the only person that knows anything about that is Lucky, and even then, it's only bits and pieces out of respect. He's just in a whirlwind. He's going with it at this point. He doesn't care. He has no fight in him right now.
She thrusts a glass full of lemonade, 2 cubes of ice inside, towards Perry's chest. Drink up, it'll heal your spirits.
He does so.
Fucking great lemonade.
What's lemonade?
It's juice from a lemon. I squeezed it myself. It's hand squeezed. It's pretty fresh. I made it just a few minutes prior.
Catherine looks at the others like, "What's a lemon?"
Drink
It's
up.
a thing you can use to help prevent scurvy.
It grows on a tree.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I'll have a glass.
Like an apple.
Not quite. Imagine an apple, but it's really sour, and if you peel open the apple, there's a bunch of small unpeeled apples inside of the skin.
Sour.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Gran! Word around town is you need your gutters cleaned.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I can be of help.
Wonderful. Taking a look at the gutters from outside, Amos,
You boys
you'll know-
best leave. It's about to get pretty graphic in here.
they start moving. There's a goop inside.
Well, that's a chore for another day. Good luck, folks.
She wafts a glass of lemonade. It floats over towards Amos. Good damn lemonade. I assume you'll be off to Pop's now? He probably hasn't paid you.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Catherine will try a glass of lemonade. She'll like tentatively take it, like sniff it, and then take a sip, and it's like, is it sweetened at all?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right, if only I can still taste sweet.
Nope. Catherine does not like it. Nope. Okay. Nah, not my flavor. Oh, let's go get paid.
Let's get going.
Come by any time. One of the halflings looks over towards you all and goes,
Catherine will give him a look like, oh, that's cute.
a few more, like, making their way over to you. You'll see they're, like, holding chains and what. Like, there's a level of protection over this lady that had not prior to been disclosed.
Don't forget when I taught you, boys. Always snap in unison.
I thought that was always go for the bot.
Also, yes.
Kahunas.
See, that's the golden rule. The snapping thing's just aesthetics.
The party will make their way over to Pops. He has a massive bottle of champagne popped open. He is pouring drinks for everyone. This is decadent stuff. Perry, you'll note this to be of a very fine quality. Even in your despondence, seems to be high make, or a good make. You'll note he's grabbing buckets of gold for you all. Oh, no, these won't convert well. Never mind. You'll get 100 platinum. He snaps a finger, and you'll note that platinum rises from the table. Drink up, eat well, be merry.
Perry will give the platinum to Dirk. Say, here, you fought earlier. Thank you, Pops. I need to go talk with Lucky. I'll see you all later.
I can't accept this. Don't worry about it.
Well, between the resurrection and the aid with the magical weapon, please, I pay my debts.
The magical weapon was nothing. Don't worry about that. Plus, 1,000 platinum or 100 platinums. Seriously, don't worry about it.
Sometimes you just gotta let people be nice to you.
Perry will give a half-hearted attempt at a smile and nod and head on out.
I seen him. Think he'd seen a ghost or something.
Maybe. Catherine will wait for Perry to leave, and sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it do be like that.
If you don't mind me, I'm gonna be excused. I'll be heading up to the Mars for a bit. I won't be around town much. Check in with me if you need.
Well,
Yeah.
let me know if you need a Mars sheriff or whatever.
Sounds good to me. At that, that'll see the end of tonight's game. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Stay safe. Be well.